Francis Sideco here from TIRIAS Research at NAB 2023, speaking with Steve Taylor from Digital Spatula here at the AMD booth. Steve's going to tell us a little bit about what his company does and how they're using AMD and some of the other technology enablement products here to do what they do.
Great. Yeah, Steve Taylor, Digital Spatula is a very small boutique firm. We specialize in production and post-production. We do a lot of motion graphics, 3D work, editing, color correction, pretty much the soup to nuts on production. In our post-production workflow, we use Adobe products mostly, and also Cinema 4D and a few other products. But on our hardware side, we love AMD products, the CPUs, the GPUs. Adobe is beautiful because they work very closely with AMD to accelerate a lot of their features specifically on the AMD hardware. So when it comes to something like After Effects and motion graphics, which is actually very, very CPU heavy, they've worked closely to get all those cores. Like on this machine right here, I've got 64 cores. It's a Ryzen Threadripper. So this thing really makes After Effects sing because it can take advantage of all those cores. After Effects has been rewritten in the last couple of years to be multi-core aware. So it's really looking at the hardware specifically and say, how can we maximize the power of that hardware? On the GPU side, we've got color correction and blurs. That kind of stuff happens on the GPU side. So that's great for Premiere Pro. And also the GPUs are great for rendering in 3D applications, and we're getting into motion graphics for Unreal Engine. So it's the marriage of software and hardware with AMD and Adobe and their partner companies. Really, we see a ton of great advantages.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was here at the Adobe Summit probably like 2 weeks ago, and Lisa was on stage with as one of the inspirational keynotes at Adobe Summit.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that.
It's a great time to be a creator right now. I can tell you that.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. So with that marriage of Adobe and AMD GPUs and CPUs, what kinds of things do you guys do? Do you have anything you can show us?
Yeah, I mean, well, here's a good example. I'm using Boris Effects, which is really knows how to take advantage of the hardware to do unique effects that are multi-layered, that use a lot of glows, just make the stuff look really sexy. So in the past, we've had to render a long time, or we've skipped the sexiness because we just didn't have time to render. So now the beauty of it is we can use people like Adobe and Boris, that we can actually execute on the idea that we couldn't execute before because they're rendering so much faster. For me, it's iterations. It's like when I'm working on a graphics project like this, what effects can I apply? Can I render it really quickly, take a look at it, preview it, and then make a change? And the more changes I can make in a set amount of time, the better the quality is on my work, my product. So I've seen a significant increase in the quality of my work product because I can do a lot more iterations, and that only happens because of the speed of the hardware.
So that might be the reason, but I don't know if there's any other reasons why. Obviously there's a lot of CPUs and GPUs out there that you could use for this stuff. Why did you pick AMD products?
Easy answer. Okay. Price to performance.
Price to performance. Okay.
The dollar per performance is no contest. Some of the competitors have great cards that match it in performance, but the dollars, I mean, I'm a small boutique firm. I have budgets, and I'd rather have 2 screaming machines than 1 for the same amount of money. So for me, it's just efficiency of my dollar, giving me the same performance for a cheaper dollar.
Perfect. Well, thanks for taking the time with us today, and great to hear and learn a little bit more about how this stuff is being used.
Thanks for having me.